So I have some good news for Tesla, and I also have some bad news. Starting with the bad news real quick, in my last video, I mentioned how we had the PCE report come out hotter than expected, which is terrible, right? Because this is a report that the Federal Reserve uses to gauge whether or not inflation is, an issue, and it shows that inflation is still an issue. So what this means is that in the next, Fed meeting, it's most likely that they're gonna have to hike interest rates further up, which is bad for the overall stock market. This is gonna hurt all stocks, including Tesla. However, when the report came out, we saw that stocks took a dive. However, they ended up recovering towards, getting closer to the end of the day. And this shows that when we have bad news, but the stocks, or the stock market is still going up, well, that means that we're in a healthy market. Now, the good news is the time frame in which everything is gonna come together, because this plays a big role on whether or not we're gonna see Tesla going up. See, the next catalyst event that could significantly impact the price direction for Tesla is Investor Day coming out March 1st. And, there's rumors that there's gonna be a new Tesla product, a cheaper EV coming out, right? And now, the reason why, this coming out on March 1st is really ideal is because we don't have the next, FOMC meeting until March 21st or March 22nd, around that range. And so what this means is it gives Tesla an opportunity where if the event or the catalyst, news comes out really good, well, Tesla can go upwards right before we have the bad news from the Federal Reserve. And the reason this really matters is because we have to pay attention to the price action. So if we pay attention to the weekly time frame on Tesla, something that I pointed out in the previous video is that if we look at the volume profile, which is volume by price, I know a lot of people don't look at the volume profile. They're usually looking at, volume by time. But when you look at volume by price, we're at an area where there's a lot of volume, which means that this is gonna, end up making the market for Tesla either going sideways. So it's a hard barrier to break up or go down. And, that's something I mentioned in the previous video. However, if we have good news, right? If we have a great event for March 1st for Investor Day, well, that could catapult Tesla going upwards. And then that allows Tesla to reach this area where there's low volume by price. So when there's buying pressure, people buying into Tesla stock is gonna push the order books up, which is gonna push Tesla stock further upwards. Now, in some other news, we just had Canada's largest pension slash a bunch of shares of Apple and picking up shares in Tesla. Now, why does this matter? Well, in a previous video, right, or actually a few videos ago, I mentioned how, according to FINRA, institutions account for over 70% of trading activity. So what does it mean when a large institution flushes a bunch of money into Tesla? Well, that means Tesla goes up. So to a certain degree, you want institutions to pour money into Tesla. Now, the reason why I say to a certain degree is because if you have too much institutional activity, if all those institutions simultaneously decide to sell, well, that means the stock could fall down really fast just as well, right? So that's why it's always, to a certain degree, you want institutions to pour money into a stock. Now, when I logged on to Twitter, I saw an interesting post that I thought was pretty funny. We had Gert Gavin post, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway now has over $128 billion in cash. Which stock should they buy? To which Elon Musk replied with, starts with a T. Because again, going back into the price action, if we just have billions and billions of dollars poured into Tesla at this very moment, this will help us break above this area where there's a lot of volume by price, which will push us further up as we get closer to Investor Day, and as we have that time frame where we don't have really much bad news from the Federal Reserve. Of course, we have the CPI report coming out soon, and of course some other economic data. However, for the short duration of time, if we have good news, we could see Tesla rise up. Now, real quick, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also tap that like button, as it really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys really want to support the channel, make sure to play this video back again, but at 0.25 speed, because I have a theory that this actually pushes a video out into the YouTube algorithm. Just a theory, but if you want to help test that out and try it, let me know in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and get back to the video. Now, of course, this is all speculation, because at the end of the day, we are not sure what is going to come out on Investor Day. Are we going to have updates on the Cybertruck? Are we going to have a brand new vehicle revealed? Or are we going to have just improvements on just, infrastructure for Tesla? At the end of the day, I don't know. So if you guys want to comment your thoughts in the comment section below, feel free to do so. But with that being said, guys, make sure to watch this next video right over here, and I'll see you guys on that next video. Take care, guys.